Good morning, students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 8. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson Transport in Plants. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen what is transpiration, different types of transpiration, how transpiration is taken place through stomata, opening and closing mechanism of stomata responsible for transpiration process, then factors affecting transpiration, what is anti-transpirant process and its merits and demerits, and the last topic is significance of transpiration. Dear students, now we are going to see the next topic, translocation of food material. So what is translocation of food material? That means the food material which is prepared in the leafy region by a photosynthetic process transported to the different region of the plant body for the growth and development. That is said to be translocation of food material. We are going to see different methods of translocation of a food material in this video. Dear students, see the topic translocation of organic solute. So organic solute, which is denoted as a food material prepared in the leafy region by a photosynthetic process, and the prepared food materials are stored in the plant region in the form of starch grains. So in this photosynthetic process, the food material which is prepared is known as starch. This starch is converted into simplest form is known as simple sugars. So these sugars only transported to different parts of the body for further utilization. The site of a food production is said to be leafy region, and the utilization of the food material is different parts of a plant body, that is root, stem, flower, bud, seeds, flowers, everything said to be the utilization of a food material. So food production is known as leafy region. Other plant parts are known as utilization of the food material for the growth and development. So that's why the organic solutes, that is food material, are transported to different parts of the body. So the transportation of food material from the leafy region to the different parts of the plant body is known as translocation. Dear students, mark it in your textbook. Important 2-mark question. What is translocation or translocation of organic solutes? So it is a process, a food which is prepared in the leafy region is transported to the different parts of your plant body. This is the simple definition. You can able to easily write it in your own words. But in a technical term, they are given here. The phenomenon of food transportation from the site of photosynthesis. Which is the site of photosynthesis? We have seen in the previous paragraph, leafy region. To the site of utilization. Which one is the site of utilization? Other plants body such as root, stem, bud, flower, fruit and seeds. That is said to be site of utilization. That is known as translocation of organic solutes. The term solute, denoted as a food material that moves in a form of a solution. So food is here. What is that one? Solid form which is dissolved in the water and it will be transported in the form of solution. So solute is said to be the food material and it will be moved in the form of solution. Next one, path of translocation. So the transport of food material or translocation is taken place by a vascular tissue is known as phloem. Phloem only conducting the food material. This process is proved by an experiment is known as ringing or girdling experiment. Dear students, this is the ringing or girdling experiment. For this, we have to take a potted plant. Then we have to remove the content which is present in the stem region except xylem components. Except xylem components, we have to remove all the tissue content which is present in the stem region. Then after that, the content removed stem portion is placed in the beaker containing water. See that one, what will happen? A small swelling, see the second diagram. First one, the same experiment only, but they are showed with the two diagrams. First one is the potted plant, which are removing a tissue which is present in the stem region except xylem, and we are placing in the beaker containing water. What will happen? You are going to see in the second diagram, a small swelling which is occur at the base of a stem portion, because the food material which is prepared in the leafy region, which is transported, is stored in that region, because except xylem, other tissues are removed. So the food material which are stored in the stem portion, which were forming the swollen tissue or bulged tissue nature due to the storage of food material. So after that, the root region of the plant will be die, because there is no transportation of food material to the root region. At the same time, roots are unable to prepare their food material because it lacks chlorophyll pigment. Then followed by the stem portion is also going to be die due to the absence of translocation of food material. So that this ringing or girdling experiment, which are proved that the phloem tissue alone conducting the food material from the sink of or site of photosynthesis region, that is leafy region, to the site of utilization, that means different parts of a plant body, through phloem elements. That process is known as ringing or girdling experiment. Dear students, describe the ringing or girdling experiment is a very important 5-mark question. Make a note in your textbook. See the paragraph. The experiment involves removal of tissue outside the vascular cambium, that is bark, cortex and phloem, in a woody stem region. That means we have taken up a plant for ringing experiment except xylem. See the word, except xylem. Xylem is the only vascular tissue which are connect the upper part and the lower part of a plant body. The setup is placed in the beaker containing water. After some time, a swelling on the upper part of the ring appears as a result of storage of food material or accumulation of food material. If the experiment is continuous, within the days, the root will die first, because there is no supply of food material to the root region, cut down by the removal of phloem elements. The root cannot synthesize their food material, so they die first. Gradually, the upper part, what is this one, stem, is also dies, because The stem depends on the root region for the absorption of water and mineral salts, that is, transport of water and mineral salts through xylem elements, that is, ascent of sap process. So, followed by root, the stem is also ultimately die. So, this experiment proves that xylem tissue alone conduct water and mineral salts, phloem tissue alone conducting the food material which is prepared in the leafy region to different parts of a plant body. Next one, direction of translocation. So the phloem only translocate the food material from the photosynthetic site of leaf to the different parts of a plant body, and also it stores the food material for future use. It will be taken place in three directions. One is the downward direction, that means from the leaf part to the stem and root region. Upward direction, from the leaves to the bud, flowers, fruits, and also storage for future use. Germination of seed is also required for the food material for the growth and development. So these are all the different examples of upward direction of food material. Next one, radial direction. The food material which is transported or translocated from the cells of pith to the cortex and the epidermis. We all studied in the anatomy lesson. At the center of the vascular tissue is the pith region. From that pith region, because pith function is known as storage in function, the pith only which are storing the food material. So from that pith to cortex region, that means outer side, epidermis, the food materials are radially translocated. That direction is called radial direction. So these are all the different types of translocation of food material: downward, upward, and radial direction is the important 3-mark question. Name some direction of translocation of food material. Next topic is source and sink. Dear students, what is source is the important 2-mark question and 3-mark question. Likewise, what is sink is another important 2-mark and 3-mark question. Sometimes they'll ask differentiate between source and sink region. So what is source? Means the leafy region only, plants which are preparing the food material by utilizing the material from the external environment by a process is called photosynthesis. So preparation of a food material and store it in the leafy region is known as source. See the definition. Any organ in plants which are capable of exporting the food material to the areas of metabolism or to the areas of storage. That means the food material which is prepared in the leafy region is exported to the region of organs which are doing the metabolic activities and the areas of storage. Example, mature leaves and germinating seeds. Mature leaves and germinating seeds. Second one, sink. That means the food material which is transported to the different parts of a plant body. So those different parts of a plant which are receiving the food material is known as sink. Source means they are prepared the food material and transport to the different parts of a plant for their metabolic activities and for storage purpose. Sink means any organ in plants which receives the food material from source is known as sink. Example, roots, tubers, developing fruits and immature leaves. That means young leaf. Immature means young leaf. Root, tubers means a stem portion which are buried under the soil is known as tuber and storing the food material. Isn't it? For example, potato, corn, karnakilangu, onion is also onion is a bulb, it's underground stem modification, but tuber which are storing the food material. So this is the difference between source and sink. Kindly make a note in your textbook. The answer is source is defined as any organ in plants which is capable of exporting food material to the areas of metabolism and to the areas of storage. With example, mature leaf and germinating seeds. Sink defined as any organ in plants which receives the food material. First one, which are transporting the food material. Second one, which receives the food material from the source. Example, root, tubers, developing fruits and immature leaves. Dear students, see the diagram. They are giving the explanation of source and sink. So first one is the source, leafy region, which are containing the green color pigment is known as chlorophyll, which is produced in the chloroplast. The chloroplast are green color pigment present in the leafy region, which are most probably present in the mesophyll tissue region of a leaf. What is mesophyll cell? A region of a tissue which is present between the upper epidermis and the lower epidermis is known as mesophyll cell. They are preparing the food material in the form of starch. The starch is converted into simple sugar content. So these sugar content are transported to the one of the phloem component is known as companion cell. So from that companion cell, they are transported to the another phloem elements, that is sieve tube. A sieve tube which are containing minute pores. The pores which are forming the plate-like structure is called sieve plate. Through the sieve plate only, they are transporting the food material to the different parts of the body, that is sink. Example, root, stem, tuber, flowers, fruits and germinating seeds. And also the another element is the xylem, which are conducting the water and mineral salts to the phloem components to dissolve the complex food material is known as starch, which is converted into sugar solution. So this is the diagram which are developing the difference between source and sink. Next one, phloem loading. So phloem loading means the movement of food material from the mature leaves to the different parts of a plant body is known as phloem loading. What is phloem loading is a very, very important 2-mark question. See the answer. The movement of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means a food material which is prepared by photosynthetic process or the end product of photosynthesis. What is the end product of photosynthesis? Starch, isn't it? So that starch only is known as photosynthesis. Where it is preparing, now I showed in the diagram. It is prepared in the mesophyll cells of a leafy region. From that mesophyll cells to phloem sieve elements of mature leaves is known as phloem loading. That means the leaf which are preparing the food material, that food material is transported to the phloem elements of sieve tube and companion cell is known as phloem loading. The movement of photosynthesis. What is that one? Product of photosynthesis from mesophyll cells to the phloem sieve elements of mature leaves. Mesophyll region is also a region of your leaves. Then the vascular bundle of your leaves only containing what is that one? Phloem and xylem, isn't it? So, the food material prepared in the mesophyll tissue region, which is loaded to the phloem of sieve elements, is known as phloem loading. So, this phloem loading is occur in 3 steps. Dear students, describe the process of phloem loading. It's a very, very important 5-mark question. So, the phloem loading is occurring in 3 steps. In first step, the phloem components of the sieve tube contains sucrose only. But the photosynthesis, what is the photosynthesis? Products of the photosynthesis in chloroplast present in the mesophyll cell is in the form of complex substance. It's known as what is that one? Starch or triose phosphate. Triose phosphate means 3-carbon compound phosphate molecule. Okay. So which has to be transported to the cytoplasm where it will be converted into sucrose for further translocation. So first of all, first step, what is that one? The sieve tube. What is the sieve tube? It is one of the cell of phloem. Contains only sucrose molecules. But the photosynthesis, that means product of photosynthesis, which is prepared in the chloroplast, mostly in the form of starch, that is 3-carbon compound phosphate molecule. This one has to be translocated or transported to the cytoplasmic region where it will be converted into sucrose for further translocation. This is the first step. Second step, sucrose move from the, that means now it will be changed into what is that one? Sucrose. That means a chloroplast starch region, starch components are modified into sucrose in the cytoplasm. Then it will be transported through the sieve tubes. Then this sucrose molecules moves from mesophyll cells to nearby sieve elements by short distance transport. So in second step, the food material which is modified into sucrose is transported in a nearby cells only, that is short distance cells only. The next one, from the sieve tube to sink. Sink means what is that one? The food material which is received by the plant parts is known as sink by long distance transport. So sink means root, stem, flower, fruits and seed germination. So upper part is also there, lower part of a plant is also there. So the sieve tube elements transported the food material to the sink by long distance movement. So these are all the 3 steps which is involved in the phloem loading. Important for 3 marks and a 5-mark question. Next one, phloem unloading. So first one we have seen phloem loading. Loading means what is that one? The food which is prepared in the mesophyll cell and it's transported to the phloem sieve elements is known as phloem loading. Now we are going to see phloem unloading. So unloading means what is that one? The phloem sieve elements which are received the food material, it's transported to different parts of a plant body such as root, tuber, flower and fruits. That is known as phloem uploading. Dear students, kindly make a note. What is phloem uploading? Is important 2-mark question. And write a short notes on phloem uploading. Is the important 3-mark and 5-mark question. Dear students, see the definition of phloem unloading. From sieve elements, sucrose is translocated to the zinc organ such as root, tuber, flowers and fruits, and this process is known as phloem unloading. This has also taken place in 3 steps. First one, sieve elements unloading. That means the sucrose molecule which is present in the sieve elements are leave from the sieve elements. Then short distance transport. Movement of a sucrose to a zinc cells, that nearby zinc cells. The next one, storage and metabolism. The final step, the sugars are stored or metabolized in the zinc cells. So these are all the 3 steps involved in phloem uploading. First one is the sieve elements uploading, means the sieve elements release the food material. Then short distance transport, the movement of a sucrose into the zinc cells. Third one, they are stored in the form of sugar material, or it will be used for the metabolic process in the zinc cells. That is said to be storage and metabolism. So this is said to be phloem unloading. Dear students, phloem loading and phloem unloading is a very important 5-mark question. They'll ask the question, describe the phloem loading and unloading mechanism. That is the 5-mark question. Write a short notes on loading in phloem or phloem loading, 3-mark. Write a short notes on phloem unloading is another 3-mark. So the next topic is mechanism of translocation. That means how translocation is taken place by a different process, that is known as mechanism of translocation, is the important 3-mark and 5-mark question. So the first mechanism is diffusion hypothesis. This diffusion hypothesis theory states that food is moved from the higher concentration to lower concentration. That means higher concentration means where it is produced. Which is produced? In which region it is produced? Leafy region. Mesophyll region of a leaf, and transported to the different parts of a plant body, that is zinc region, which are containing the lower concentration, by a simple diffusion process. Diffusion means spreading process. That hypothesis is known as diffusion hypothesis. This theory states that translocation of food material from higher concentration to lower concentration by a simple physical process. But this theory was rejected because the speed of translocation is much higher than the simple diffusion process, so that translocation is a biological process which any poison can halt. So if you are transporting the food material through a diffusion hypothesis process, it will be very slow process. So in some region the food materials are stored and it is modified into toxic substances, so that this theory was rejected. Next theory is activated diffusion theory, proposed by 2 scientists, Mason and Maskell, in the year 1936. According to this theory, Diffusion in CO tube is accelerated by the this theory is activated by the diffusing molecules or by reducing the protoplasmic resistance of the diffusion. So that means a CO tube is accelerated by activating the diffusing molecule in a fast manner, or they are reducing the protoplasmic resistant to their diffusion. That is said to be activated diffusion theory. Next one, electro-osmotic theory, proposed by Fentz in 1957 and Spanner in the year 1958. According to this theory, an electrical potential is taken place across the tissue plate, which causes the movement of water along with the solutes. So, they are creating the electric potential power in the CU plate, so which causes movement of water along with the solution. This theory fails to explain several problems concerning the translocation. That means it proves that by creating the electric potential, they are transporting movement of water along with the solutes, but this theory is rejected. Dear students, mechanism of translocation proposed different theories. First theory is diffusion hypothesis is rejected. Second one, activated diffusion theory. By means of CO tubes are accelerated either by activating the diffusing molecules or by reducing the protoplasmic resistance to their diffusion. Third one, electric osmotic theory. By creating the electric potential across the sieve plate, it makes the movement of water molecules along with solutes. This theory also fails to explain several problems concerning translocation. So dear students, one more theory is also there. It is a very important 5-mark question. Munch mass flow translocation theory. That one we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best children.